The subject today, again, is another goddess. We talked about the Parnashavari goddess, and we talked about goddesses in general, just meaning female gender, female figures, mostly mythical, mostly mountain gods, mountain deities, meditational figures, meditational examples like Tara. But today, Tseringma is the name of the goddess. And this is an interesting goddess because she does show up in art quite a bit, but usually it's only one form. And what we have is we have at least three forms of this goddess. And this goddess goes back to the early times. Goes back to the beginnings of Shalu Monastery, and it goes back to the 11th century with the biography of Milarepa, the great yogi, poet, saint of Tibet. So, first of all, we have the what's called the Tashi Tseringma Che Nga, which is the five long life sisters, and these are actually mountain goddesses who are believed to be subjugated by the yogi Milarepa. Tseringma rides on a lion. She's peaceful, beautiful in appearance, holding a vajra in the upraised right hand and a vase in her left. And then she has four sisters around her, all riding different animals. Okay, this form of Tseringma, who is a worldly goddess, not enlightened, not a Buddha, and we find a lot of art for this form. Now, we do have another form, which is from the same time period, which is, again, Tseringma, in a standing posture, holding usually a sword in her right hand, and peaceful in appearance, but she also has a red form, which is wrathful, and she holds a sword. She holds it to her heart with the length and the tip pointing upward to her right side over her right shoulder. And she wears a cloak of peacock feathers. And this is a special protector for the Shalu Monastery of Tsang province in Tibet. So this is a very interesting form, and we find it in murals and we find it in scrollwork paintings. Now, the third form is very late to the game, and this is the Tseringma of the Longchen Nyingtig, and it really arises in the late 18th, early 19th century. And again, it can be standing or sitting, and also has four attendant figures. So the question really here is, what is the relationship between the Shalu Monastery Tseringma, which looks very different from the Milarepa Tseringma, and what is the relationship between these two early forms of Tseringma and then the later Nyingma form that comes out of the Longchen Nyingtig? So we have three forms, but we're not really sure at this time how they relate together and whether or not they just share the name or if they share some common identity between the three different traditions. So that's Tashi Tseringma.